So now we're going to take a look at file access modes. The second argument to the file open command is the access mode, which specifies the actions that can be performed on the file when it's opened, such as reading, writing, or appending, etc. Now we've already encountered these in the form of R, W, and A modes for read, write, and append, and these are going to be the ones you use the most often. But there are others, so we'll take a run through all of the modes now. The first one, as we said, is the R or read mode. This only allows you to read from a file, and if it doesn't exist, then it will throw an error. The W mode only allows you to write to a file, and if that file doesn't exist, then a new one will be created. The A for append that we've already come across allows you to append to a file, which means to write new content after the existing content. Again, if it doesn't exist, a new file will be created. The R+ mode is for read and write. This allows you to read and write to a file. If it doesn't exist, it will throw an error. If it does exist, then its contents will be overwritten. W+ for read and write again is the same as R+, but a new file will be created if it doesn't exist, instead of an error being thrown. And A+ is for read and append. This is the same as W+, but the file is open for append, so the existing content won't be overwritten. RB, WB, and AB are exactly the same as R, W, and A, but for binary data instead of text. Now you'll normally use R, W, and A, but since R is used most often, then you can use open without the last argument, and if you do that, then it means read only. So that means that typing this is exactly the same as typing this. Now these different file modes can be confusing, particularly when we're opening a file for read and write or read and append at the same time. So in the upcoming units, we're going to explore these access modes in more detail. But first, let's look at how our position in a file is tracked while we read and write its contents, and we'll do that in our next unit.